Grace and peace, friends and family. Welcome to another conversation. My name is Joy, and I am the founder of Pink Girl Teaches, and I welcome you to this conversation. It's my sincere hope that you'll be able to gain something here that is able to help you in your journey of healing and recovery, as well as helping you just understand some of how narcissists think and why they do what they do, as well as, why you feel the way that you do after you've been in this entanglement. Before we get started in the message, I just want to invite you to take a look at my website, see if there's anything that interests you there, and see if you would like to connect with me further. So let's get right to it. 5 flags over Narcville. First of all, that doesn't even sound right because we all know that there's a loose screw. Something is missing. 5. Anyhow, it's hot outside. It's summertime. The world is open. And people are eager to return to normalcy after the past few years of heightened anxiety and trauma, global trauma. And narcissists are no different. They are getting their starting line ready. They're getting their winter cuddle buddies in position. Some of them are finalizing their living situations for the upcoming winter season. It's 5 flags over Narcville. Narcissists discard people when they feel that they have depleted them and they have nothing more that can be siphoned. When they feel this person is used up to maximum capacity. They toss these victims when they are emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially exhausted. And there goes the narcissist and the new supply, or the current supply, skipping off into the sunset. Remember this, if this is a new supply, they are nothing more than the narcissist's new victim, the new target. It's important that you remember that the new supply is not getting a better version of the narcissist, and all they experience is a different scene in the narcissist's manufactured reality. Allow me to explain this. You see, narcissists, in a sense, are producers of a low-budget, poorly planned and executed horror movie. Every day is filming day when you are with a narcissist, and as people come in and go out of their lives, the scenes in the movie change. Remember, it's a low-budget, poorly planned and executed horror movie. That's it, and that's all. So the new supply is in the same movie you were once part of, but it's just a different scene. Again, let me remind you, a low budget, poorly scripted horror movie, and this movie requires extra. That's why flying monkeys have to be part of the narcissist's harem, their love cult. They need extras so that they can continue to live out this movie that they think they're planning and executing. You see, victims have to be on standby so the narcissist can cast them into the main scene or in any scene at the drop of a dime. This is why narcissists do not discard people. You may think that discard was final, but the discard is not final until you determine that that's it. You don't owe the narcissist a speech about how you're moving on and you're off to something better. The discard is when you make up your mind that, listen, I don't deserve this. I'm going no contact. I'm drawing a line in the sand, My boundaries are going to be in effect and I am going to respect my boundaries. I'm not entertaining no flying monkeys. I'm blocking, deleting at every given chance. And you honor that. Because narcissists, really the abuse cycle is love bomb, devalue, discard, hoover. And love bomb, devalue, discard. It's wash, rinse, and repeat over and over again. It's like being stuck on a roller coaster that you can't get off. 5 flags over Narcville. Instead, listen, narcissists don't discard people, but they shelf them so that they can recycle people at any given time. Narcissists and toxic people are notorious for recycling. This is why they want you to remain friends. They want to have access to you after they allegedly discard you, so that at any given moment they can just pull you back into the scenes of their life or the scene of the movie at that point. And the reason why they recycle is to appear important and in demand, to triangulate current partners against old partners, against new love interests, against the different people who are part of this scene. It gives the movie, according to the narcissist, depth. It doesn't make any sense, but at the end of the day, it all boils down to attention. So while you are devastated, and rightfully so, by the soul pain that is caused by the discard, and you're trying to understand how someone who professed to love you and with whom you shared intimate moments with, you made life plans with, and you were loyal to, they have effortlessly turned their backs on you and have skipped off into the sunset with a current supply / new supply sometimes, right? Without missing a beat. It's a painful, gut-wrenching experience. But you must understand that the narcissist is fully aware of that they are hurting you. You know, some people really wonder, maybe they don't understand and I need a moment to explain to them that they're hurting me. No, you must know that you are not the first person that they know they devastated. They've seen this before. They've seen the tears. They've heard even some of the same words. This is not their first rodeo. They have been a narcissist longer than you have known them. They didn't just become a narcissist with you. And after the discard, they didn't stop becoming a narcissist. That's why the new supply doesn't get another version of them. They just get one who becomes more crafty and cunning. That's it. They have broken more hearts than you can count. They know that your tears and your pleas are wrapped up in pain. It's not the first time. They are absolutely aware of what they are doing. None of this is out of ignorance. They know it. And a lot of what they do to people is premeditated. So yeah, they are fully aware. They just don't care. Not even an ounce. What they want is for you to memorialize the pain they caused you, to keep you immobile and never move because they need you in the harem. You see, if you're stuck mentally in the pain of everything that you went through, it becomes harder for you to will your emotions to feel something different, because the primary focus is, oh my gosh, how could they do this to me? How could somebody hurt another human being so deeply? They want to keep you stuck memorializing the pain of the discard. As long as you are mentally stuck on what the narcissist did, you are most definitely part of the love cult, because they have created a thought pattern for you. They've sown seeds to keep you from progressing forward. This is why rumination is so hard to break, because it's tied to the seeds that they planted in the beginning. But it's so crucial that you remember that they're the devil's missionaries, and the devil plays for keep. This is why they move on swiftly and give you they move into the relationship swiftly, right? Through the love bombing phase, and they get you hooked on that high of love bombing, and you keep chasing that elusive high. It's because you're not supposed to escape the narcissist's clutches. You're supposed to remain in the love cult. So when you see and you hear that the narcissist has moved on, please just understand that it's part of that low-budget horror movie, poorly planned and executed. 5 flags over Narcville. 5 flags over Narcville. Listen, I know the math doesn't math up. It doesn't math. It doesn't add up. But it's important that you remember narcissists have a very fragile self-esteem, and they need a constant source of supply to give them the attention, which is oxygen to them. They need admiration to cope. Narcissistic supply is it's the same as oxygen to everybody else. It is oxygen to them, and without it, they drown. You need to know this because they will post the new supply knowing that they never posted you. And this is to elicit a response in you. They're triangulating you with the new supply. New supply may not even know that they're being used like this. Or sometimes what they will do is recycle, right? Recycle. Added attention and triangulation. So they're recycling an old partner, and you're like, but I thought this was over, and why would they go back when they were with me? And your mind is unable to move forward because you're trying to make sense. Listen, the math will never math. Remember, 5 flags over Narcville. The math will never math up. You'll find that they'll make public declarations about how they found the love of their lives, and knowing you will get to hear about it, whether it's through you snooping around and watching their social media, or them sending flying monkeys, or them just reaching out to you. This is why that no contact where possible is crucial. It's a step that we cannot miss. You got to understand that when the narcissist is triangulating, it's strategic. It's a fiery dart, a weapon formed against you to keep you stuck in the member vaults, or to keep you stuck, should I say, as a member of their love cult. You see, triangulation is the way that they validate themselves, and all they are doing is using the new or the current supply to get to that goal, or to fulfill that goal. Sometimes they do this to punish old sources of supply, could be you, for trying to change the premise of the low budget movie. Remember, narcissists have a script in their mind, and their script again is that of a horror movie because they're the devil's missionaries. So it has to align with the mindset of the demonic kingdom. But now here you come, not part of that kingdom, and you want to have a love story. Those are two opposing mindsets. You're trying to get out of this horror movie and take the narcissist with you into a love story, when they're like, listen, I'm in charge here, and I said this is horror, and you're going to be part of it. That's why they want to entrap you mentally. So when you try to switch roles, when you try to get them out of their way of thinking into your way, to see that, listen, it's better on this side. Love feels good, like genuine love, and not this nonsense that you're doing. They punish you for stuff like that. They say, oh, she's trying to change me. Oh, he's trying to control me. They will say that and use that as an opportunity to play victim. I want to remind you, they are writing a horror movie to remain in good standing with their head honcho, the devil, and you step out of line because you want an award-winning love story. It's not going to work. There are times where they will triangulate with the back burner supply, knowing that this will confuse you. It's intentional. It's to mess with your mind. It is all done to make this raggedy, dusty behind feel superior and be praised by their leader. They're trying to please the one who sent them, right? And they use currents and supporting casts to make the discarded person look like they are in the wrong, while increasing a sense of rightness and superiority over the person they are triangulating. So when they triangulate, right, it's their opportunity to play victim, the victim role. And their current supply doesn't skip a beat, because sometimes people are just not in the know. I remember I didn't know what they were when I first got involved. I didn't know. And so I believed the lies they were telling me. The current supply doesn't skip a beat in getting on that ill-fated ride at 5 flags over Narcville to rescue the narcissist from a manufactured situation. Did you really know who they were? It's exhausting when you think about it, because they're willing to go underneath the ocean bed to sink to new levels of low, or to new lows. And all of this is done to feed into the narcissist's deep need for control. If they're not getting what they want, and in most instances, It's successfully manipulating somebody, and they change the dynamic by just introducing new people to triangulate with. It is all about maintaining power and control. This is abuse. It's abusive. Now, there are instances, right, where everyday people triangulate. Let's just be honest for a moment. There are instances where everyday people triangulate, and most of the time you'll find that they do this because they're facing a difficult situation or a conflict, and it's complicated, and maybe because they are not used to conflict resolution, right, or even speaking up for themselves. They're uncomfortable and don't know how to navigate it, so they introduce a third party to help soothe over that situation. It's not the same as when a narcissist triangulates. And I mentioned that because a lot of times people will think that, well, I remember I did something similar, or, you'll feel like, well, because I did that, maybe I'm a narcissist. But there's a big difference. There's a fundamental difference. And that what it is that when a narcissist triangulates, it's premeditated, and it is always intentional. It is always intentional. Make no mistakes, triangulation is emotional manipulation, and the narcissist's goal is to sow seeds of confusion, create strife, and feed their need for drama, as well as manipulate situations to fit their end goal. They can do it directly by reaching out again, or they can, they may want to call you with good news. They may have a manufactured emergency and they need your help. They may post pictures on social media because they know that you may be watching, or that, somebody connected to you is watching, such as mutual friends, or they befriended your friends, and now your friends like the narcissist because, remember, they are charismatic, and they play roles to gain that admiration from people. And sometimes, it's just, again, flying monkeys that are reporting back to you. And, narcissists can sometimes just send the flying monkeys so that they do the dirty work, while narcissists keep their hands clean. It's all about supporting the script that they are writing, or living out, should I say, at any given moment. A lot of times, really, why they are triangulating is to tip the scales of, to skip the scales into their favor, so that they are able to reinforce their sense of superiority over people. It's an attempt to resolve an argument with the third person, the new or the current supply, the back burner supply, whatever their goal is, whoever they are trying to appease at that time, as well as to divert, situations and cause, just trouble amongst people. One of the things I think is so important is that you don't respond when you see the narcissist living their best life. Remember, their best life is 5 flags over Narcville. And, we've said how the math doesn't add up because it's 5 flags, right? I know I messed up a little bit when I said the real number, but it's 5 flags. But the thing I need you to understand is that when you find them triangulating you, especially with new or their current supply, whatever supply they're using, and whoever they're dragging from the narcissistic harem, it's always to serve their end goal needs. Your role is to let it fly. Don't feed into this. They want to manipulate you. They want to get you to respond, or most likely even react. And then they'll be able to fall back and say, I told you, this is exactly who they are. Woe is me that I was involved with such a person, when that's not the truth. The roles have been reversed. It's not, and what some people end up doing is trying to find somebody so that they can say they have a relationship, and then feel like, okay, I'm still lovable. But one of the important things that you need to do after these relationships is pause. Take some time to process your emotions. Take some time to reconnect with yourself, because really these relationships cause you to lose parts of yourself. Because how do you continue to be you when you are with somebody that you have to step back and allow them to be the lead in every part of your life? Remember, narcissists are here for power and control. They want dominion over you. When the narcissist is gone, as painful as it may be, This is your opportunity to allow the love of God and His truth to restore you. And if you have to, definitely utilize the resources that are available to you. There's therapy, counseling, coaching. Get the support from a safe community, whether it's online or in person, and continue to fearlessly pursue your most significant state. Your life doesn't stop because they got somebody new and they want you to know. Your life doesn't stop because this person has deceived you. That's when it starts. Honestly, sometimes we look at the ending of a situation as the end of life, period, but they don't have the power to kill you. What you must remember is the power belongs to God. He is the author and the finisher of your faith. He is the one who holds your timing. And so while it may look like it was the end of a situation, take a deep breath. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of what life can be without somebody manipulative in your life. It's the beginning of relearning who you are after everything you have been. And you are able to live your most fearless life without somebody trying to pull you down. Take everything that you have learned from this experience and take it to God and allow God to mold you. Remember, He's the potter and we are the clay. God bless you and have a wonderful day.